welcome back. The show's called Brand Equity and I'm Sonali Krishna. Now I'm sure all of you have seen Airtel's latest ad, Har Ek Friend Zaruri Hota Hai. The commercial seems to have hit just the right chord with the youth of India, making it a very big hit. I'm now joined by Agnello from Taproot India, the man behind this commercial. Thank you so much for joining us, Agnello. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show. So it's really quite a dramatic shift for really Airtel's positioning, because it earlier had this whole emotional thing going for it, then it moved to break barriers, and now it's going the zingy route, trying to connect with the youth.
I think over the years Airtel by and large has consistently stood for larger life truths. So right from express yourself to barriers break when people fall, or even now with Dil Jo Chahe, Fasla, all we've done is we've changed the vehicle of delivery. It's just more friendlier, and I think it's been, a great example would be the movies, where if you see the Monabai series, or if you look at Rang De Basanti, or if you look at even Three Idiots, where there is a larger life truth but delivered in a language that's more amenable to a certain part of the target group, which is in this case a younger target group.
वैसे हर एक ट्रेंड जरूरी होता है कोई एग्जाम हॉल वाला टॉपिंग.
Are you then saying that Airtel, the theme has now moved to Generation Y, as you might call it, and that this is really good. This is just set the tone for what you're going to expect from Airtel.
The idea was to get something that's interpretable across target group. So if you look at the core of the theme now, which is Har Friend Zaruri Hota Hai, it works across age groups. So even if somebody is above 50, he can't turn around and say, no, I don't need all kinds of friends because I'm older. If we have to make an ad for a retirement plan option, a tariff retirement plan option, you can still do an ad with Har Friend Zaruri Hota Hai. So it strikes a crowd across categories. It's just that we've launched it in the youth space, but there's no stopping where it could go in terms of an umbrella.
So Agnello, this campaign has got a lot of buzz on social media. So what we did is we asked our viewers on our Facebook page to firstly rate the ad, tell us what they thought of the ad, what's their take on it, and we also gave them an opportunity to shoot some questions directly at you. So are you game to take on some of our viewers' questions?
Sure.
Sure. So I'm going to start with Pratik Agarwal. And this question has been voiced by many of our viewers. So the other one is Sandeep Dhar and Anushka Khandelwal. They say, this ad is certainly grabbing a lot of eyeballs. There's no doubt about that. But does that convert into sales? But I like the ad, but does that mean I will go and actually change my network to Airtel instead? Will it actually increase sales for them?
Yeah, I think Pratik, Sandeep and Anushka have raised an interesting point. But advertising is supposed to convince, and products are supposed to sell.
Sure.
Okay. So if it's most advertising is supposed to do two things. There are new entrants into the market. They're supposed to look at any brand, in this case Airtel, from a favorable point of view. But all the people who are with a brand, or in this case brand Airtel, they feel good or stronger about the choice they've made. So not all advertising, as is conventionally known and evident here, is supposed to be a peddling device where you go and say, here's what I do, and buy from me. There are many other roles that advertising plays.
Sumit Vani Gota asked you, it's a great campaign. Why did you do this campaign after Friendship Day? Would have been even more popular if you had launched this just a few days before Friendship Week or Friendship Day.
Actually, when we started doing this campaign, we didn't realize Friendship Day is coming.
Okay.
Sometime so we just wanted to do the right campaign for the brand.
Right.
As we went closer to the campaign, we did realize that Friendship Day is right around the corner. But I think it was extremely important for the client and us to take a call to decide, do we do this right or we do this on time? And we decided to do it right.
These days the telecom advertising sector is just simply booming. They're just shooting ads left, right and center. I just want you to critically evaluate all the telecom brands and their advertising that we've seen in the recent past.
I think Vodafone has been consistent in terms of always having advertising that engages with people. So I don't think I can remember a Vodafone ad that we could ignore. Okay, it's maintained an extremely high standard, and in order to keep that level of engagingness, they have not shirked from ever having to change tracks if they want. Okay. And Tata Docomo, for example, right from the beginning has stood for an innovative kind of brand, right from its name the way its logo is, the way its music is, and obviously with the offerings that came up, which nobody had heard of before. And it continues to maintain that, and now the current Ranbir campaign I actually like, and I think it has an idea, because I think what Balki say, it doesn't really have an idea, but I think it really has a good idea. Just what I can't see, I'm really eager to see where they take that campaign from here, or whether they start something more. In terms of the idea work, it's taken larger common good or social issues or community issues, as you may call it, as a platform on which they want to launch whatever they want to say in that year. I don't know how well the campaign is doing. I'm sure it's doing very well, but usually they go from a big campaign to a big film to a big film to a big film, and many times the call-outs of that campaign are in that film. So I think idea right now is in a strong space, because there seems to be a current feeling of restless unrest or whatever among people, with what's happening on the national level. So it seems to strike a chord there. I don't know whether they will continue finding issues, and that's the real challenge for the brand, because sometimes they may have to manufacture issues if there are none.
Reliance, we forgot completely.
Reliance, I think, has gone through probably more changes than Airtel in terms of consistency. So they will probably have to decide on a brand voice that they want to go in for, because it started in a particular place, and right now they seem to be evaluating the brand from ad to ad rather than a brand space that they stand for. So if the ad is good, the brand is in a good space. If the ad is not, then everything else is being questioned.
So a very big thank you from all our viewers and from us, and thank you for joining us and so patiently answering all our viewers' questions.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
And with that, we come to an end of this episode of Brand Equity. I hope you enjoyed the show. So spare a moment and write into us at brandequity@etnow.tv or text us at 58888 with your views. You can also log on to our Facebook page, that's facebook.com/brandequity, and that will give you access to all our previous archives. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until next week, adios.